Did you know that millions of your tax dollars go to fund leftist activist groups who then lobby the government for policies you may disagree with? The funding comes in at least 3 ways: directly through contracts and grants, indirectly through unions taking federal employees' dues and sending a portion of it to activist groups, and then obliquely through taxpayer-funded union time. Examples of direct funding are Legion. USAID awarded more than $800 grand to New Venture Fund, a dark money pass-through nonprofit that cloaks which donors give to which nonprofits, and $27 million to the Tide Center, another dark money nonprofit that supports anti-Israel rioters, among other issues. An arm of the Open Society Foundations, the funding organ set up by Hungarian-American billionaire George Soros and now run by his son Alex, received so much money from USAID that it found it worthwhile to sue the agency to bypass guardrails on funding. The resulting legal battle reached the Supreme Court not once, but twice. The Justice Department, the key purview of this committee, funded at least one major Soros-backed NGO. George Soros supports rogue prosecutors who lower the penalties for crime. Not surprisingly, many of the cities with the highest murder rates have prosecutors backed by Soros. The Vera Institute of Justice, which says the criminal justice system is rooted in a history of white supremacy, received more than $11 million from the Foundation to Promote Open Society. The Biden DOJ also paid Vera $73 million in contracts, mostly for providing legal services to immigrant children. In just over 1 year, HHS paid Vera nearly $200 million for refugee assistance. Vera says it aims to establish a right to representation for all immigrants facing deportation. That's a rather curious stance to take under Biden, when at least 9 million illegals entered the country. Meanwhile, NGOs received hefty government funding to house and transport immigrants across the country. The U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants, one of many such groups, received 98% of its revenue, a whopping $284 million from government grants in the 2023 fiscal year. The Foundation to Promote Open Society gave the group $75 grand. The government also supports the left's dark money network indirectly. Federal employees in a union give part of their taxpayer-funded paychecks to the union, ostensibly for representation in bargaining, for perks like working from home. Yet, instead of using all the money to help employees, unions take a portion of those dues and send it to activist NGOs. The SEIU, for example, gave $1.6 million to New Venture Fund and $1.8 million to the Tides Foundation. The AFL-CIO gave $250 grand to New Venture Fund and $100 grand to the Tides Foundation, among other left-wing groups. Both the SEIU and the AFL-CIO bankrolled the Center for American Progress, which sent at least 60 staff into the Biden administration, and Demos, which helped write and helped implement a policy turning government offices into voter registration machines likely to help Democrats. Many of these unions have sued to block the Trump administration's reforms to the administrative state. Not only did the SEIU and AFL-CIO send part of members' dues to leftist causes, but they also benefit from a process known as official time. Federal employees can bill the taxpayer for time they spend not doing their jobs, but doing work for the union. This creates another stream of taxpayer funds supporting unions that then back leftist causes. As we've seen, your tax dollars fund the left's dark money network through grants, indirectly through union dues, and obliquely through taxpayer-funded union time. In this and other ways, Americans are forced to foot the bill for activist causes they may disagree with, like climate alarmism, gender ideology, open borders, and the left's racial rhetoric. Congress should seek to prevent this perverse state of affairs.
Mr. O'Neill, who is the Southern Poverty Law Center?
Southern Poverty Law Center is a far-left radical activist group that routinely smears conservative and Christian organizations, putting them on a map with the Ku Klux Klan.
Well, first of all, does the Southern Poverty Law Center partner with the Open Society Foundation?
Yes, the Southern Poverty Law Center received $75,000 from foundation to promote Open Society.
And the Open Society Foundation gets money from the American taxpayer, is that right?
No, the Open Society Foundation does not. There was an arm of the Open Society Foundation that is now closed that received a large number. Yes.
They did get. Okay. And as you pointed out, the Southern Poverty Law Center labels a lot of conservative groups as hate groups.
Yes, right? Including Focus on the Family this year.
Focus on the Family, Alliance Defending Freedom, Family Research Council, Center
USA.
for Immigration Studies, Moms for Liberty. Moms are now a hate group?
Yes, they put Moms for Liberty on there. They actually said that they compared them to the Uptown Klan of the 1950s.
And you know what's interesting? I found this. We made an issue of this, and thank goodness it stopped with our new Justice Department. But in the old Justice Department under Mr. Biden, there was this. You may remember this memorandum put out by the Richmond FBI field office. You remember this, Mr. O'Neill? Yeah.
Yes.
And do you know when they talked about traditional Catholics were extremists? Do you know who they cited in the footnote in this? I got the actual FBI memorandum. You know who they cited in that memorandum?
The Southern Poverty Law Center.
The Southern Poverty Law Center. Go figure. Okay, how about this? Who's the Tides Foundation?
They're the oldest dark money pass-through organization. They pioneered the process that now Arabella Advisors has perfected.
And I think in your testimony I'm looking at, you said there's various, the Service Employees International Union gave money to a group that then gave money to the Tides Foundation. Is that true?
No, the SEIU gave directly to
they gave directly.
Advocacy and the Tides Foundation, yes.
Yeah, and then I think also in your testimony you point out that the Tides Foundation not only got money from left-wing union groups, but they also got money directly from the taxpayers through USAID. Is that right?
Correct. It was $27 million.
$27 million.
It was awarded. Not all of those grants were fulfilled.
And what's the Tides Foundation up to? What kind of crazy things are they doing with taxpayer money and left-wing employee union money? What are they doing?
Bankrolling the Southern Poverty Law Center, for one. They also have an in-house nonprofit called Palestine Legal.
So Tides Foundation gets a boatload of taxpayer money. People I get the privilege of representing from the 4th District of Ohio, some of their money is going to the Tides Foundation. Then it's then going to the Southern Poverty Law Center, where they can label moms as terrorists and say that if you're a Catholic, you're an extremist. That all happens with American tax dollars. Is that right?
We don't have concrete proof of the fact of the Tides Center receiving money that they then gave to the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Money's fungible. We're not.
So your overall point is 100%.